Warhammer 40,000. Space Marine 2 receives highly requested features in patch 3.0. Space Marine 2 Update 3.0 is now available for download. This release introduces private operations lobbies and a new Hub Sparring Arena for friendly PvP with teammates. Ultrawide monitor support and many balancing changes are also part of the package, among other novelties. Warhammer 40,000. Space Marine 2 Update 3.0 started rolling out to players in late September 2024. This release expands Space Marine 2 with a handful of gameplay features, including private operations lobbies and many balancing tweaks, among other novelties. Warhammer 40,000. Space Marine 2 has been out for nearly a month now, having originally released on the 9th of September, and it has officially received the anticipated patch 3.0. The developer's latest Space Marine 2 update began rolling out to players on Thursday, September 26th. Identified by version number 3.0, this release debuts a handful of gameplay features, including the much-requested private operations mode. Much like its name suggests, this edition allows players to experience operations without being paired with random players during missions. Private operations are hence either played by allying with bots or a friend. Some other novelties included in this patch are the ability to reset custom color presets, as well as the self-explanatory, what's new, and message of the day boards. Well, a lot, though the new features takes the highlights by a landslide, with some of the complaints I had in my review being entirely fixed. Here are the new features added. The Hub Sparring Arena, a place where players can complete team-friendly PvP. Ultrawide support. Private mode for operations. What's new and message of the day. The option to reset color presets. There are still a lot of other changes that you should definitely check out, from gameplay, balancing, tweaks, operations, PvP, and much more. You can find all of the unique sections. The 3.0 update also debuts ultrawide support for the PC version of Space Marine 2, as well as the Hub Sparring Arena. The latter is meant to host PvP matches with players in one squad. The Hub Sparring Arena can be found on the Battle Barge and is available in the Eternal Wargame and Operations modes. In terms of impactful gameplay changes, Saber Interactive updated the marking tool in order to make it pickier about what it highlights, preventing it from interacting with objects that don't need marking. The tool has also been made more responsive, the developer's changelog reads. New features. The Hub Sparring Arena, a new special arena on the Battle Barge available in Operations and Eternal Wargame mode, where players can compete in friendly PvP with the players in their squad. Ultrawide support for PC. Private mode for Operation mode that gives players ability to play Operation alone with bots or alongside one friend without being matchmaked with random players during the mission. Added what's new and message of the day. Added option to reset custom color presets. Gameplay and balancing tweaks. The marking tool has been updated. Improved responsiveness and comfort of social wheel control with a mouse. Disabled unnecessary objects that do not require highlighting and worked poorly with it. Several minor bug fixes. Power Fist. Damage for fully charged attacks has been greatly increased. Heavy Plasma. Base ammo increased by 5. Blast damage radius increased. Overheat per shoot drastically decreased from 50 to 30 for charged shoots and from 20 to 15 for base shooting. Base damage slightly increased by 10%. Med stims restore contested health in addition to actual healing. AUX grenade launcher ammo now can be refilled only with the ammo boxes and cannot be refilled from the infinite ammo cache. Campaign. Difficulty. Enemy aggressiveness on veteran difficulty in campaign decreased for better single-player experience. Players' health on veteran difficulty in campaign is slightly reduced to compensate for AI aggressiveness and armor management updates. Bots. Various inhibiting restrictions were lifted, allowing bots to be more helpful and effective, while still not beating the game for the player. Bots will now help focus firing zoanthropes when the player attacks them. Heavily eased restrictions on bots' finishing of enemies instead of leaving them for the player, to reduce annoyance. Bots are now allowed to help with gargoyle objectives. Fixed a variety of bugs related to bots getting stuck. Fixed a bug where bots can run out of ammo on weapons without a magazine. Operations mode. Tweaked AI Director and spawn rules of chaos enemies in operations mode. Max number of Zongers with shield on the arena at the same time reduced from 10 to 4. Max number of cultist snipers on the arena at the same time reduced from 10 to 3. Max number of Zongers on the arena at the same time reduced from 30 to 20. Max number of Rubric Marines with bolt guns on the arena at the same time reduced from 8 to 5. Max number of Rubric Marines with Warp Flamers on the arena at the same time reduced from 4 to 3. Perfect Parry has been updated, now restores armor for killing Minoris, not only for countering their special attacks. Regarding block and fencing weapons, a bug has been fixed in Perfect Parry window for fencing weapons. Now it has 20 frames window for Perfect Parry and 10 frames of vulnerability at the end of animation, instead of 30 frames of Perfect Parry for full animation as it was intended originally. Assault class. Base ground pound damage increased by 30%. Armor boost drops from destructible crates are now less common, cooldown raised from 30 seconds to 60 seconds. PvP. Improved player spawn system. It should make spawn killing more difficult. Reworked Vanguard's grapnel launcher in PvP. Instead of full stun, it will now stagger enemy and will slow him down drastically. AI. Reduced ability to stunlock enemies with ranged attacks across all AI characters. Accuracy of ranged enemies is reduced when attacking from off-screen, and accuracy of ranged enemies is reduced when attacking melee-engaged players. Regarding Hormagaunts and Zongers, melee damage now deals specific amount damage instead of removing one complete armor segment per attack. Zoanthrope. Increased Psychic Scream damage, sparsing time from 0.5s to 2s to prevent one-shot damage. Psychic Scream damage reduced from 11 to 8. Psychic Scream effective range reduced from 50 to 40 m. Psychic Scream cast range is reduced by 10 m. Termagant. Fleshborer spray attack damage reduced from 1 to 0.5. Flashborer spray attack damage reduced from 0.3 to 0.1. Tyrannid Warrior with Devourer. Projectile damage reduced from 0.9 to 0.6 per projectile. Rubric Marine with Warp Flamer. Icon of Flame damage reduced from 9 to 6. Flamer Burst damage reduced from 6 to 4 per shoot. Flamer Shooting damage reduced from 6 to 4 per projectile. Health reduced by 10%. Rubric Marine with Bolt Gun. Spray attack damage reduced from 1.5 to 1. Precise Shot attack, with red indicator, damage reduced from 4 to 2 per projectile. Reduced frequency of teleports used to disengage players to make them less annoying to fight, health reduced by 10%. Zanginger with Shield. HP greatly reduced. Carnifex. Rage phase updated. Carnifex becomes faster and more aggressive. Taunt frequency reduced. Fixed a bug where his Cone of Thorns attack wouldn't fire projectiles. Hive Tyrant. Health slightly increased. Resistance to explosives and melta weapons increased by 20%. Customization. Fixed icon color for the Administratum Gray, Auric Armor Gold, and Celestra Gray colors.